Good morning. We are going for a long run today. I can't believe I'm saying these words, but I'm going to run at 12.5k and I am actually pumped for it. I feel like for running, how you feel beforehand kind of helps dictate how your run will go. So I'm feeling kind of optimistic that I'm feeling good about this run before I start it. So hopefully that means my run will be good as well. We'll kind of see what happens. So when I have long runs, what I typically do is obviously get up, get ready, wash my face, etc. But for fueling up, I put bagel, so whole bagel, put jam on it, and then I've also got a yogurt that I'm gonna have. So I have this at least an hour before I start running, just to allow some digestion to happen. And I will take with me, I think, 2 gels. I think I'm left with 2 gels anyway. I need to buy some more, so I'll take those gels with me. I've got some sweets as well to keep me going. But that's what I usually do to prepare ahead of the run. So fuel up, so have some food beforehand, lots of water. So that's why I have my water ready here. And then I will also do a really intensive warm-up, because sometimes I skip on the warm-up, not skip, but like I do a shorter version, like a minute or two. But this time I want to do a full 10-minute warm-up to really get my body ready for this run. I got this really cute sports bra yesterday, so I can't wait to wear that. On a side note, I honestly can't believe that I can say the words that I'm going to run 12k, 12.5k. There was a time when I couldn't even think about running 1k or 2k without the thought that I would get like winded or out of breath. But I guess it just goes to show that we are so capable of challenging ourselves and pushing our bodies to the limit, but also it's just a show of consistency and showing up and hard work. I think it's incredible that I can go from 0 to 12.5 in 3 months. I think it'll be a good one, but let's fuel, let's eat. I'll show you my cute bagel that I have. Let's prepare it now. I'll be doing a guided run with Nike Running app. I think it's just elite. I've actually moved on to what week are we on? I've got 9 weeks to go on my training plan thing. It's not accurate because I actually have about 14 weeks until my race day, but basically this app has different kinds of runs that you can do, and you can do a guided running session. I find the guided sessions so helpful because they talk to you so much about the science behind running, mentality and psychology of it all. They tell you about their stories and how they do it, and I feel like it's such a good distraction. And so rather than just listen to music on this run, I also like to listen to podcasts as well, so that my mind is busy and I'm also just taking in new information. So I have my playlist I made myself that I always use, but I think I'm getting tired of the songs on there, but I don't want to have to create new songs. What you can do if you're on Spotify is you can type in like how many beats per minute you want. So I put 170 beats per minute, and it picks up music just for you based on, I think, the beat of the song. So I have artists like Ice Spice, Doja Cat, Rihanna by Naya, Archives, Drake, FK Twigs, just lots of songs that are like upbeat, because then that will get me pumping to go. So that's one playlist. I found this girl's playlist on TikTok. Her name's Martha Walsh. I'll also be listening to that because she's got a lot of like old school songs in there, which I love to listen to whilst running, and some new songs that I feel like I'd be interested in as well. So it'll be between those two playlists I listen to for music. Then when it comes to podcasts, I actually have a Run and Pod playlist, which is a playlist made up of podcasts to listen to whilst I run. So I have actual running podcasts on there, so like Why You Don't Need to Train Faster to Run Faster, Running While Black with Alison Mariella, Abraham Hicks. So this was from a conversation that I had with Mayfield last night, where we were talking about manifestation, the power of it, and how what we want is already ours. But this one is all about how to manifest something important to you that has resistance, and the other one is prosperity mindset. So I feel like listening to affirmations whilst I run, I feel like it'll be a game changer. So that'll be another thing I'll listen to. So as I eat, usually what I do is just try to figure out what will I listen to on the run, because there's nothing worse than being ready to go running, but you don't even know what you're going to listen to. Like, it's very, very annoying. a socialite. Like I have plans on.
My name is Jackie and I'm currently on my around the world travels with no end.
No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So that's from Eleanor Roosevelt. I was like, you know what? That last line, no one can make you inferior without your consent. Like, how many times are we in a situation where, like, whether it's imposter syndrome, like, I don't believe in the imposter syndrome as much as I used to, but feeling of imposter syndrome where you're, like, in a room where you feel like you don't belong, or you're in a situation where you feel like you're underqualified to be in, or just feel like low esteem. But it's like, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And so there's so many times that we give power to people without realizing, and then they then dictate how we're going to feel for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, or how I feel in that situation. And that's so much power, like actually deeply, that's so much power that we give to people. It's a good reminder that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. When I was speaking to Mayfield yesterday, we were just like catching up and just reflecting over the last like month and a half or so. And I was thinking about how I feel like for me, myself, a big change is on its way. And I realized that I needed to give myself a huge wake up call to recognize that I was cruising through life. I have been cruising through it the last like month and a half and not actually taking action for the things that I want in my life. And I think recognizing that and putting a stop to it as of last night, I really just want to move through this next month of May with that confidence of knowing that what is for me, it will be for me, and that all things are happening in my favor. So much great things are on its way, and just trusting that and putting the energy to the things that I want to achieve and do to avoid just cruising. Like in a month and a half that I've been cruising, I've really just felt like it was okay, but I was like, I can't continue to live my life in that way. Like I really will realize that life is passing me by so quickly, and I don't want that to happen. I think it's such a gift to have life and to see another day. And I recently lost someone really close to me, and it's just made me recognize that, you know, we do only get one life, and we do need to make an effort to live that life fully and be present in the relationships around us, be present in our wants and dreams and wanting to achieve that, so that we can get out of life what we hope to get out of it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I need to just like take more of an active effort in my own life to do the things that I want to do. Like, of course, like I've been working on things, but some of the things that I love, which is like YouTube, creating content on TikTok, or just like thinking creatively, like I've not allowed myself to do that. I've kind of cruised through life of just getting into the same routine, whether it's just work, then chill out after work, and then go back to work again the next day. Like it's just the same thing. But I really wanted to take charge of what my life is going to look like, so I don't cruise any longer, because you know another 3 months have passed by and I feel really upset that I didn't do anything in those 3 months. So yeah, I think it's always timely that I read these devotionals, and it is a reflection of where it is I am in life at that moment, and it gives me something that I need to encourage me for the next step forward. So all that is to say, if you're also feeling like you're cruising through life and you're just wanting to take more action, I just encourage you to just like firstly recognize that that's in the stage that you are in. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's preparation for the season to come, but also just like make active effort to change that, because you are the only person that you're in control of your life, and it's important that you don't feel like you're letting circumstances be the thing that you make excuses for what you want to get out of it. Like for me, I was just like make excuses. Oh, there's so much going on. There's so much like, yeah, there's a lot of life things I'm dealing with, but I'm like, at the same time, why am I not doing the things that bring me joy? Why am I not doing the things that I know will drive me forward to the life that I want to live? Like I also need to be making active efforts for those things, regardless of what the other things that might be going on in my life. Like it's such a hand in hand. You can't hope the bus will wait for you and you don't want to catch it. Like I love that saying. I think, who said it? I remember, was it Halle Berry or Kerry Washington? One of the two. They said something along those lines.
You pray to catch the bus, and then you run as fast as you can. You can't pray to catch the bus and stroll down the street, right? Like, you gotta pray to catch the bus, run as fast as you can, because then if you miss the bus, it's not your bus. But if you don't run, that could have been your bus. And if you don't pray, that could have been your bus. So I try to do both, like all of my work, all of my faith, and then, you know, rejection is God's protection. It's mine or it's not. And in this case, it was mine.
It's like, you need to make an active effort towards the things that you want to achieve, whilst also hoping that it manifests in the way that you want it to be. So yeah, just thought I'd share that. Let's go. So the shoes that I wear for running are the Saucony Endorphins. I believe that's what they're called. But yeah, the brand is Saucony, and I actually went to the running store in town to get a gait analysis. So this is where they test you to see what would be the best running shoes for you to have. So they get you to do a bunch of different things, such as running on a treadmill, walking, they measure your feet, they measure all sorts of stuff just to make sure that you get the right kind of support that you need for your feet. And so the Saucony Endorphins, the ones that I'm wearing, were the recommended ones, are the ones I felt the most comfortable for me, and it allows my foot to have more support as I run, especially for the longer distances. So I have been enjoying them so far. So I've had them for about 3 weeks now, and honestly, I feel like it does make a difference, especially towards the last few Ks of running. I feel way more support. Like, obviously they do have quite a bit of cushioning, so I'm not close to the ground or anything like that, but it's nice to feel that my feet are supported, because when they're doing the analysis, like, this is kind of like how people's feet can be, but one of my feet sort of just like lands that way. So this shoe wear that I wear, so the Saucony brand I wear, will make sure that I have a bit more support as I run. Yeah, done my warm up, had hydration, had food, and now I'm ready to hit the road. So I'll see you in what I estimate to be an hour and 35 minutes or 40 minutes, kind of see what happens, and I'll let you know how it gets on. I can't lie, I can't believe I did it. You know when you do something and then once you're doing it, like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm running, just keep going, get to the next mile. And so after running those 8 miles, that final mile felt like the first mile, where it's like the hardest. But once I finished, I just felt so happy, and I couldn't believe that I could push myself to do that kind of distance, the longest I've ever run. So today's the longest run I've ever done in my life. And I did it, and I feel okay. I'm now like stretching out. I treat myself to a Costa, so I got a mango cooler. So every time I hit a new distance or a milestone, I treat myself to a drink, whether from Starbucks or from Costa. So today's was a mango cooler. I'm really happy with how the run went. I'll insert what my stats were from today's run. I took this photo on the 18th of February, and as you can read from the caption, I'm basically saying that the face of someone who ran their first 5 kilometers non-stop. And here I am now, and it is April 23rd, so this was February 18th, this is now April 23rd, and I ran 12.5k, and I only stopped once at the 6.5k so I could have a energy gel. That was the main reason I stopped, otherwise I actually would have just carried on going. And I just think it's unreal, literally 2 months apart. And I'm doing more than double than I've ever done, almost triple distance than I've ever done. Thank you so much for watching my long run morning routine. I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but thank you for getting to the end. If you like what you've watched, hit the subscribe button so you can stay updated for my future videos. But thank you so much for running with me.